Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teachers Summer School Edition. And we're actually going to have an addition to this week's lesson plan. Today's going to be our downtown hunt. And I believe, according to my email, my Topps Platinum Hobby Box is supposed to be here tomorrow. Now, it was pushed back until like the middle of July, I thought, but I got an email from Steel City saying it was going to be here tomorrow. So I do plan on working the Cubs game, so it might be a little late night rip of that. And of course, Friday got a big blaster box battle. You're not going to want to miss that. But let's see if today we can start to get hot by getting our very first ever downtown. No one should be holding their breath. I've been doing this with last year's product, this year's product, and I'm over. I have enjoyed watching other people pull downtowns, so I get a lot of satisfaction in watching everyone else pull the downtowns for their channel. But the good teacher here is an offer so far, but let's see if our luck can maybe change today. All right, so let's see what we've got. First pack here. Humphreys, George Kittle, Ellinger, Alec Pierce. No downtown, that's for sure. Today we're going to continue with our predictions as well. We're going to look at the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. There's my main man right there, Brett Favre. We have a backwards card. Antonio Freeman, he was one of Brett Favre's targets. What do we have here? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. An Antonio Freeman autograph. That is a perfect box right there for me. I can't believe that. Antonio, I think he went to Virginia Tech. He had a knack for always getting open. Just a tough guy. You know, he never blew anyone away with his speed, but he was a great receiver. And one time, I believe it was in Kansas City, he broke his arm, and Mike Holmgren, he blamed Brett Favre for throwing it into a tight window for Antonio Freeman. That's a big hit right there for me. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that card up right now. I'm pretty pumped about these shells sleeves that are pre-cut. No ding corners. That's pretty sweet right there. But Antonio Freeman, that is... I'm surprised by that autograph there. I've gotten so many autographs of guys I've never even heard of before that for me, being a Packer fan is a welcome surprise. Romeo Doubs, he would do well to have Antonio Freeman's career. Quay Walker, man, Doubs, this is a Green Bay Packer box so far, folks, which means there could be a Packers downtown hiding in here somewhere. Everyone at home's probably saying, yeah, right. I can't blame you. Legendary logos. Desmond Ridder, the Falcons. What do you think? Do you like last year's legendary logos better or this year's legendary logos? So far, I've heard most people say they like this year's. I actually like last year's better. Call me crazy. I know. All right. Amari Cooper, A.J. Brown, Ramondre Stevenson, John Mechie III. I hope he comes back healthy and cancer-free. All right, last chance for a downtown, folks. But this for sure has not been a disappointment for me. Getting that Antonio Freeman autograph. Christian Watson for the rookies. Man, this is a good Packers box here. Garrett Wilson's a sharp looking on the purple right there. Graham's going to want that one for sure. So I am not going to call this rip a disappointment, folks. That's for sure. It was a good Packers box for me. And let's look at the Carolina Panthers schedule. Pull it up there a little bit more. There we go. So once again, let me know, what do you think of my predictions? So Vegas has them at 7.5 wins, is -120 for the over. So here we go. Loss at Atlanta, loss against New Orleans. They're going to beat Seattle in Seattle. They're going to lose against Minnesota. They'll win against Minnesota, lose at Detroit, lose at Miami. They have their bye. And then after the bye, a loss against Houston, Indy, and the Bears. That's rough coming out of the bye. And then 3 wins in a row: Dallas, Tennessee, and Tampa Bay. A loss at New Orleans, a victory against Atlanta, a loss against the Packers. Jacksonville, they'll finally win their last game of the year against Tampa Bay for a 7-10 record, just missing the over. All right, let me know what you think about that. And now for the Seattle Seahawks. Vegas has them at 8.5. I was kind of surprised by that. And it's minus 130. I was thinking less for them, but let's take a look here and see. The Rams in Detroit, that's a victory. Loss against Carolina. They will win against the Giants in that early bye. I hate that early bye. Probably I hate the early bye more than the late bye. And then losses against Cincinnati and Arizona. A 3-game winning streak against Cleveland, Baltimore, and Washington. A loss at the Rams. They will beat San Francisco, and then 3 losses in a row. Dallas, San Francisco, and Philly. They'll beat Tennessee at Tennessee. They'll lose to Pittsburgh and beat Arizona on the road for a 9-8 record. I was kind of surprised by that. So I do think they're going to get their over. And someone did ask, I'm trying to balance this out. Here's my little sheet here. So, for example, I have them beating Arizona. And then on Arizona's schedule, they're losing to the Seahawks. So things are balanced. Not like I'm going to have like everyone's going to win, everyone's going to lose. It should be fair. I think you know what I'm saying. All right, folks, for me, this was a winning day. Antonio Freeman autograph. Class is dismissed.